Okay, so we are live. Welcome everybody. Why am I? Why am I? Oh my God! What's happening with my eye? It's glitching in and out of existence.
What is this shit?
What is this shit? Yeah, what is this shit, Michael? So, one sec. One sec. Uh, I'm currently in the middle of an Airbnb dispute. Uh, so right now, for all intents and purposes, I am homeless on pa on paper. On paper,
You got lucky, buddy.
I am homeless. All right. That's what's happening on paper. On paper, technically speaking, I am homeless. Okay. I can elaborate. I'll elaborate. I have a place. I have a room in an Airbnb. All my stuff is in that room in the Airbnb. Okay? My PlayStation 5 is in there, my TV is in there, my clothes are in there, and a bunch of other stuff. Like a lubricant to jerk off my penis. It's in there. I have a heater so I can heat myself. So when I'm jerking off, okay. Uh, I have my cellar water so I can clean my face after I feel intensely shameful for jerking off. Now, okay, so regardless of the jerking off, we must stay on the topic. Uh, Regardless of that, here we are. This is what we have going on for us right now. Okay. On Thursday morning, 6 a.m. I woke up and I thought no one's awake at this time, and I urinated in the backyard. Someone saw me,
Hey, the car.
and I went back to sleep. A couple hours later, I get called by a random number. So not like the people who run the Airbnb, a random number that says your reservation was canceled and you need to leave immediately.
You fucking idiot.
Uh, I then checked my Airbnb website just in case they were bullshitting me, and no, they weren't bullshitting. The Airbnb was reservation was canceled. This reservation was supposed to be until the 24th of June. So basically, they fucked me out of 20 nights. Plus, they just allowed me to be completely homeless. You know, and so I called this number called Fair Trade New South Wales to understand my rights as a tenant with short-term accommodation. And they told me that not just according to the New South Wales website, not just to the New South Wales short-term accommodation website, they broke the policy, but according to their own policy over Airbnb, they broke the policy. So Thursday night, I had a gig in Woy Woy. It was an unpaid gig, but I got to do extra stage time, so I thought it was worth it. So I went to Woy Woy, came back home with a little bit of dread because I was worried that they were going to change the door code on me and lock me out of the place and effectively leave me proper homeless. But that night, I entered the code and I was fine. I got in and I slept. The next day, Friday, uh, I don't remember what I did on Friday, honestly, but anyway, same thing. I went out, I did a bunch of shit, I definitely left the house, and then I came home and yeah, so the Friday night I came home and I was like, is the code gonna work? Is the code gonna work? And yes, the code worked, and that was good. That was a good thing. Saturday, I went to Comedy on Edge to watch the 20th anniversary celebration which features very iconic, hilarious veterans of the Comedy on Edge brand, including people like Rodney Owen and Peter Green and Peter something. I forgot his name. But he's the fat Peter. Yeah, Peter, who's a fat fuck, and he's like on the door sometimes. So now you think he has like status and power. Guys, I just want to clarify something. This is very important for all the new comedians. There's a lot of comedians who think that if they work for, or if they start running a room, or if they work for a room runner, like that doesn't mean they're a fucking nobody, but they're all nobodies. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Some comedians think that because they got booked at the store, or they're doing some showcase festival, or even if they got signed, somehow that thinks that they're important, but they're not important. No one, they're all fucking nobodies. Because we live in Australia, and in Australia, nobody cares about comedy. If you're the number one comedian in Australia, you need to leave the country. That's really what you have to do. But anyway, so this comedian, Steph Broadbridge, I walk in and she's there. As soon as she sees me, she leaves the room. And I was like, huh, okay. Maybe she needs to do something. I don't know. I'm sitting down. Then Rodney Owen approaches me and says, hey, I just got a word from Seizure. He said you can't be in the room for Steph's act, but you can come back after. I was like, all right, whatever. So I go outside, and I feel a little shitty, honestly. I do. I feel a little shitty because when someone asks you to leave the room during their set, you go, what? Like, am I a threat? Did I hurt this person? And honestly, the only damage I remember doing to Steph is talking shit about her a lot to my close friends. That's the only thing that I'm confident I did to Steph, is that I talked shit about her and said I really fucking hate her to my close friends. I didn't openly talk shit about her to everybody. So anyway, I felt upset, blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to Safi, Chris Safi, and he's a nobody, by the way. Again, we're all a bunch of fucking nobodies. Chris Safi has 50,000 followers on Instagram, and also he is considered by the scene to still be a fucking nobody. Okay? But we were hanging out, we're chill, and I look at the sign. The Guzman y Gomez sign, and I'm like, dude, Chris, what if we did a sketch in which we pretended to be Guzman and Gomez, like the real Guzman and Gomez? We did a meet and greet. I think he thought it was hilarious, and so we're like spitballing, and then I went home, and again the door code worked, and so that was 3 nights. 3 nights of being in a room that I'm technically not allowed to be in. Okay? And then you have, what else do you have? Oh yeah, so because I complained to Airbnb, and because of the Fair Trade New South Wales telling me that I'm entitled to a hotel stay, I actually told them, hey, I'm entitled to a hotel, and they said, okay, we'll reimburse you for the hotel if you send us the receipt or whatever. So I booked a hotel through Booking.com, a hotel valued at $400, and then I canceled the reservation for free. And then I sent them the receipt before I canceled it. And 2-3 days later, wouldn't you know it, I checked my PayPal. I got paid $400 by Airbnb, and I'm still not leaving the property. So right now, I'm about to, and then okay, so it gets pretty funny. It gets funny. Here's what's really interesting as well. I'm gonna book an Airbnb, the Airbnb again, through a separate account, and to do that, I thought you need to like verify your ID, but you don't. Well, all you need is a separate number. So I went out and I bought a separate number, and I. And I verified the code, and because of that, I was able to stay in the Airbnb for another week, basically. Because this is the assumption I was making. You ready? This is it. The codes automatically change every Tuesday, right? So their play would probably to assume that I'll at least try to leave by Tuesday, because that's when the code changed. Because of course, if I can't get in the front door, I can't access my stuff, right? That's what they may have thought I would do. What I instead did, or at least I will do, is create a separate Airbnb account and then book the room for Tuesday, just for the one Tuesday, so that I can get the code for the entire 7 days. Because once I have the front door code for the next 7 days, that's all I need.
Look out!
Yeah, so I get the code, I walk in through the front door, is what I assume will happen, and that gives me another week. By the way, let me tell you why I'm doing all this. Let me tell you why I'm being so elaborate in there's a part of me that's like, okay, why don't I just like go to another Airbnb and ask for a refund on the property and then just get the refund? Because that's Airbnb already said that once you get out of the property, we'll help you process the refund for the nights that you didn't, for the nights for the cancellation. They already said that. The reason I'm staying is twofold. Number one, because technically speaking, if I stay all 20 nights on the cancellation and then ask for the refund, I can get the refund and sleep in the nights. That's number one thing I kind of want. I want to have my cake and eat it too. Number two is what I want to avoid an embarrassing conversation with my mother, in which she tells me, which I have to explain to her that I got kicked out of the Airbnb for peeing in the backyard. So that's the conversation I don't want to have, because it's embarrassing for me. And I'm someone who, I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't experience much embarrassment generally. Except, of course, my mother. I feel embarrassed to tell my mother that I peed in the backyard. So that's why I'm doing all this cloak and dagger shit. But anyway, this is a story that's unfolding right now. So I can't tell you the whole story. But here's what I can tell you right now. Here's what I can tell you right now. I'm feeling really good. And by the way, I'm not rich. I'm really not fucking rich. I'm not loaded. But what I do have is this. I have $50 cash, which I won from doing the Gong Show at Seizure's shitty little open mic at Newtown. Ooh, killed someone. That's what I have, number one. I have $400 in my PayPal account from a refund for a hotel that I didn't book through Airbnb. So that's $450 optional dollars, $450 optional dollars that I have in my account right now. And also, last night, I was recording a TikTok with some guys from some young people, some kids who are adults, like they're just younger than me. They're like 20, 19, whatever. Okay. So no, I was recording some TikToks with them, and then they accidentally broke my tripod. And one of them was nice enough to pay me $10 because he was broke. And I thought that guy was sick. He was really nice because he didn't have to do that, you know? And then I was about to throw the tripod away, and as I was about to throw it away, I realized that the only piece that was broken was the thing that holds the phone together, so I could easily replace that for like $5. So that's another profit that I have. Some people have millions of dollars in their bank account, and a beautiful car, and an attractive girlfriend, and an amazing house, and they're fucking miserable. I have $460, and I feel like the king of the world. I feel really, really good. I'm technically homeless. I have $450 to my name, and yet it feels really fucking good. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel good. Technically, on paper, I should feel fucking miserable, because my life sucks, and I don't have much going on for me. And there's also a rumor that I'm a pedophile in the comedy community, which is kind of annoying. That's actually kind of annoying. I don't like that. In case you're wondering, like, what's it like to have people think you're a pedophile, it's not great. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's annoying. It doesn't feel good because every time I get to know someone in the comedy community, they set me aside and they say, "Hey, can I ask you something?" And I think to myself, they're about to ask me if I'm a pedophile. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just want to talk about some other shit. But anyway, so yeah, I am upset. I truly am upset about a lot of different things in life. Uh, but also, I did squats last night. I went to the gym and I did squats. I had a lot of issues, and yet I did squats and I recorded content. I did. I made content for my fucking social media. And I watched Steve Martin's masterclass just to get some tips. You know, I'm always trying because I'm always in motion. Yeah. You know, this is a 16-minute thing, and honestly, I think I could, if I wanted to, compress it into like a several minute story for a comedy bit because technically, like the punchlines and the main like things that like okay blah 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 like I could probably condense it down because also I had a lot of side conversations or whatever, but yeah but yeah like but yeah like but yeah like but yeah like